Welcome back to the very first FGC Meetup since the pandemic. I'm your boy Dynamite, joined by none other than
Amadeus 46 Art here. Happy to be here. Happy to see everyone in person for the first time in too long.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. So we have gotten into the top 8 portion for Guilty Gear Strive. Been a really large bracket. For
Yeah,
we
capped it. We started at 64, and that capped like in hours.
Yep.
And then we're like, all right, we'll get to 128. And then we capped 128 in another few hours. So we are in top 8 now. We got who we got playing. We got a May and an Axel player. So we're seeing Asian Victor versus DPS. Now DPS, I know they are a strong player. I think they were playing Answer back in Exert. So they're on the Axel now. This matchup, May's definitely get that rushdown character, and Axel, he's more of a zoner than ever in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, Axel's going to make you spend a lot of life just to get in, but Asian Victor off to a fast start.
Yeah, Axel in the corner. Now he doesn't have a DP anymore, so he doesn't have any real easy way to get out of this, and he's just getting tossed.
Yeah, I mean, strike throw, very powerful, but simple tool in Strive, and the best characters can do it really well. DPS, self-acclaimed Axel player since the beginning of Strive, and just likes the character, despite him saying it's not really his play style. So
yeah, well, doing a great job. He fought his way out of the corner now. Now he's just getting on that zoning game, sending out the Renzengekis. Oh, missed the command grab. Did it a little too early. Asian Victor was still recovering there, trying to get away, trying to make space. Oh, what's the 2S? And the easy, it's so sad just to burst when you see that Roman cancel, because it's like, you're dead.
Yeah, most of the times you're just dead. The reaction burst gets the best of us for sure, but it's dangerous to do after a Roman cancel like that.
All right. I like that. The run under escapes the corner there. Good awareness from DPS. Gets out. Gets the gold match. Now, you see, when you see that little button come up, that's the stagger state in Strive. If you get a gold press, you recover as fast as possible. But against May, all you can do is up back there to get out of that command throw.
There's a throw here. Going for the Oki. Pushing the Asian Victor back into the corner.
Yeah, DPS looking great. And yeah, it's so hard to burst against Axel, too, because he's just comboing you from full screen. So it's like,
you're not going to touch them, and it's a really tough situation to be in. I see a lot of players using the burst mechanic for the gold burst against Axel more so than defensively.
Yeah, I mean, getting that 100 meter in this game is so strong. So like gold burst, so strong, especially like if you have someone cornered and they start pressure, you get to burst them, and you still get your turn.
Absolutely.
Fighting their way in. Ooh, gets a good 2S there. That counter at 2S. Normally that whiffs on grounded characters, so counting his blessings on that one.
Yeah, DPS with a full sticker meter right here.
And Dolphins into the follow-up, and that's going to be game 1. DPS looking strong there. I mean, definitely a matchup where you're fighting against someone who's just trying to get in, rush you down, and May's got good tools to get in.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. May's one of the stronger characters when it comes to not only approach, but her air game is so difficult to deal with just because of the way she swings around that anchor with the JH. Can make it very difficult. But Axel, actually one of the characters in the game that can kind of silence that button just because there's disjointed hurt boxes on things like 2S, being able to jab her out as well.
Axel's definitely like just May, I think, is agreed upon being top 3.
Absolutely.
Axel's definitely more of a zoner than he's ever been, but he's also much stronger at doing that than he's ever been. Like, so we're just getting confirmation if it's 3 out of 5 or not.
Let me confirm whether it's 3 out of 5.
So it looks like DPS is up 2-0 right now. So we got to figure out
Are we running
in this winners Wemmy final
top 8 or
if we're 3 out of 5 yet or not.
Should have been.
From what I've heard,
as much as we need.
It's looks like we're determining that. But yeah, I guess. So 2 out of top 3 is going to be 3 out of 5. So that was 2 out of 3. So DPS moves on.
Yeah. It's 2 out of 3 until top 5, until the finals essentially.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We're getting things settled. It's the first offline back.
We got to remember how to run these tournaments. Yeah,
it's really that's the case.
It's like limited setups. What is this? Like all these online tournaments. That's the best part is you can just run.
Right?
Just like go play your match. I don't care how.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about setups. But now it's like we got like 8 setups here for 128 players. So it turns out it takes time.
It does. It takes a little while. We're getting our sea legs back. But it's still nice to see everybody come out. You know, it's exciting to. Strive filled up so quickly. People are coming out to play the game.
I mean, it's so great to see because like there's a mix of like old head Guilty Gear players like Elvin Shadow signed up, Armando, Kizzer Crate, myself, I guess. But then there's all this new blood, too, showing up, and they're making waves.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
they've really leveled up. So it's like Strive is a new game. If you've ever, like, seen Guilty Gear and been like, oh, that game's too much for me, play Strive.
Yep.
It's got great net play, and it's it's still a deep and understanding fighting game, but it's a fighting game at the end of the day. You can learn how to play it.
Yeah, absolutely. So. No, it's one of those things where I think a lot of people will start off with Strive and then go backwards, actually.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like Xrd, I still boot up Xrd every once in a while. It's tons of fun still. I mean, Plus R's got the rollback netcode too.
Yep.
And Plus R it's an old game.
Yeah.
You gotta approach it with this thing like, I'm going to boot up Super Turbo. And
right,
say like,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You take a loss and you're like, yeah.
I see what happened there.
Yeah.
And keep it moving. Yeah. No, I think a lot of people who have been experiencing Strive and really enjoying it are being encouraged to go backwards into the kind of the games. And I actually know a lot of people who are like, oh, Strive's my first Guilty Gear. I'm having a blast. Let's try out this Xrd thing. And they're like, oh, this game's really fun too.
Yeah, so. It turns out it's still really fun. And like, Guilty Gear's always had that reputation of being a really hard fighting game, but like, what fighting game isn't hard?
Yeah.
Honestly, it comes like even the simplest fighting games still have so much depth and difficulty to them.
Yep.
So I think it's like at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, Guilty Gear is a hard game, but what isn't?
Yeah. I think that there's going to be a level of investment no matter what game you're going to play from a fighting game standpoint. I think a lot of what people see in Guilty Gear typically, especially before Strive, the speed of it, the amount of decisions people are making, or it seems like they're making, just kind of puts people into a situation where it's like, oh, this is really fast. And
yeah, Strive is definitely still Guilty Gear.
Yes.
In fact, it's like, it almost feels faster in some ways than Xrd even was. But it's definitely still Guilty Gear where like you're just decision, and it's just coming at you hard and fast, and if you don't know what to do, you're gonna get run over. You're just gonna they're just gonna run you over, man. And I mean okay, we're getting to a match here. We got Armando versus Macho. Now, Armando knocked me into losers, so I'm cheering for him to win this tournament.
That's fair.
Now, Armando is one of the best Ramethals in the North America.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Definitely one of the favorites of the but Macho's a very strong Zato here too.
Yeah. Macho's been playing in a lot of online tournaments for sure and doing really well in them. But Armando baiting out the burst there.
Baiting out the burst, but doesn't complete the combo. That's going to give Macho just this pixel of life. Now, if you've never seen Guilty Gear before and you don't know what the hell Zato's doing, he's a puppet character. He's got his little shadow there named Eddie that you see come out and do some attacks. And he's basically negative edging, basically controlling that puppet while also attacking. So he's two characters in one. Now you see the little gauge above the tension bar? That's the Eddie meter. When that runs out, he can't summon Eddie anymore. So Armando's going to be having to pay attention to what Eddie's doing and how much Zato can do with Eddie before he runs out of that gauge.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for Macho to not only manage that gauge, but use certain supers like the sword set to refill it as well.
Yeah, we'll probably see that sword super that just refills the Eddie gauge automatically as soon as it goes off.
Macho continuing pressure here. Now, Macho typically also likes to use Amorphous, the other super, as well, because of the amount of plus frames that you get. Doesn't even need it here, completes the combo after
and getting a perfect on Armando here. Now, something I'm noticing is Armando, like, he's a Ramethal player, and especially in the old game, like, up backing was really strong. Like, FD jumping was really strong. You can't really do that as much in Strive. And I think that's what's kind of getting him caught here. Is he's just trying to jump out, and he's getting caught by the Eddie pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of Zato's pressure, you just kind of got to block.
Yep.
He's going to have mix-ups, but it's going to end because Eddie's going to run out.
Macho also typically a set plate type of character.
Yeah.
That's what he likes to play. So he's certainly going to be looking for chicken blocking quite a bit.
Ooh, backdashes the throw there. Now, backdashing a throw is one of your best options because you get that big counter hit. There goes half of Zato's life already with the wall break. Wall break in this game going to give you that positive bonus, free meter gain, and you get a defense and attack bonus.
Yeah, it's really good. Something you want to aim for as much as possible. Armando with 100% tension here can actually throw out the Mortal Bato super whenever he needs and cancel it.
And just gets the far slash 5H. I mean, huge buttons from Ramethal. Really got to be awareness in your zoning game. Armando turning it around, putting around on the board. Yeah, gets caught low, though. Going to get caught in the corner already. Stage in this game really small. You get in the corner real quick.
Yeah, the stages are kind of tiny here. Sword set going to come up. Nice tick throw there.
Yeah, like that arm realized he got out of the corner there and immediately bursted to take control of the situation.
Macho getting burst back soon, but
tons of damage with the frog loop. Going to get that super. Watch it. Going to break the wall, but Eddie meter is refilled, so he's going to get Eddie pressure here immediately. And arm caught jumping.
Yeah, again, just not wanting to deal with the pressure, which I definitely understand, and Macho kind of planning on that, getting the conversion afterwards.
Ooh, but the big air-to-air JH there. I'm going to get an early knockdown here and start up the corner pressure. Ooh. I actually haven't seen that interaction before. Don't know how that works with the damn Fang.
Wake up gold burst. Macho going to have 100% tension, but low on life at the moment. A little hemmed up. Blue RC into a throw.
Yeah, unfortunately, Arm threw his H sword, so he wasn't able to do a falling jumping heavy with the sword. Whenever Ram throws out the sword, she has to pick it up before she can use her normals like that again.
Oh, Blue RC forward. 2S.
Oh, whiffs the burst, not punished for it. Gets the YRC out. Doesn't have to block the 5D. Macho has 50 meter though here. Gonna throw him before he can YRC though. Arm getting around on the board, staying alive.
Yeah, Arm playing really well there, forcing Macho into decisions and using just the general sword set into a throw instead of going for the strike setup.
Macho dealing really well too with that corner pressure Ramlethal has. Like that is one of the hardest things in the game to deal with, is being corner pressure against Ramlethal.
Absolutely.
Doing really good. Ooh, hits Eddie Frog actually. Ramlethal with some blessed air buttons.
Yeah, JS on Ramlethal and JH are really good buttons just to deny a lot of pressure from that mid-screen area.
Right, Eddie ran out, so you see that bar refilling there. Can't summon Eddie until it comes back. There we go. He's available again. Now, Macho's probably going to be trying to summon Oppose here in neutral, which is where Eddie exactly that. Eddie will take any hit for him, and then Zato can just attack freely, which is what happened there. Armando basically ran out. Eddie was in Oppose, and Zato's just like, oh, well, I'm just invincible right now. You have to throw Zato in that case.
Yeah, Oppose is going to be one of the stronger options for sure. Armando, though, swinging away, gets a big hit on 214H.
Yeah, and actually counter hit Zato there trying to summon. This is going to wall break. Ramlethal, a character that can very easily wall break from almost any confirm. That's going to be an air throw. Immediately text it. Yeah, it was coming 6P. It's the knockdown into the 2K, into the throw. Armando with some just aggressive pressure.
Yeah, this game really is all about movement and pressure, you know, and
I mean,
you want to keep that offense going.
Yeah, like we were talking earlier, those decision-making comes hard and fast. Gets hit by the 5D. This is huge damage into the wall break, positive bonus. This is not a great situation for Armando to be in. Gets the 5K, though. Gets a little bit of time, buys himself some time. And since Macho immediately burned that meter, he's not going to get much.
There's a sword set. Oppose comes out.
Oppose comes out. Now Oppose immediately uses all of Zato's meter. Yeah, uses the super just to get Eddie back. I like that.
And put it behind as well.
Oh, baits the burst. Not quite dead. Doesn't get a punish on it.
Macho looking to get this last hit and confirm.
Doesn't quite kill him, but the 2S just reaches Armando. Gonna send Armando down to loser's bracket. Macho looking strong.
Yeah, Macho just dealing with the ram pressure in the corner is really being key. It just shows the awareness that he has of the certain situations and setups. I did like the use of the tick throw from Arm, but it seemed like Macho was able to recover a lot, set Eddie down, and then just continue that pressure and keep the offense going.
I mean, Armando is so great on the offense where he can sniff out. Like, he sees you like FD like 2 hits, you're getting thrown. Like, you have to be ready to throw. So you have to know when you're FDing and make something happen from it. You can't just like FD and just like expect him just to back off.
Right, especially since FD does force you to recover longer.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, so it adds a little bit of block stun, just like I think 2 or 3 frames, but it does give you that extra pushback. But if they see you FD and they know you're probably not pressing a button, they're just going to run up and put my hand on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely can expect to see more from Armando. Moving down to, that was winner, so moving down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 128-man bracket. Top 8's all going to be strong.
yeah.
You're not going to get to top 8 of any 128-man bracket just with luck and a prayer, right?
Yeah. That is a certainty. A lot of strong players been moving through the entire way, and yeah, we're winding down, but that's going to be DPS and Macho in winners finals.
Yes.
But we're going to probably move on to the loser side of things just to keep things going and get some more matches up there.
Yeah, and again, everything's going to be 2 out of 3 until we get to the top. We get to the finals, losers, winners, grand finals, and that's going to be 3 out of 5.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. That'll be
we're not running no 3 out of 5 tournaments here. Listen, when it's online, 3 out of 5 sounds fine to me. We got infinite setups. We sit here in person and like this is like, oh, this is going to take time. We should do 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, offline, 2 out of 3. Online, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Actually,
cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fine. But you don't have to worry about getting 2 people on a setup and then, oh, this guy wants a smoke break and disappears for 15 minutes. Where the hell is my player?
Yeah, gets a little difficult. But You know, I actually like this game in both 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 5 formats for different reasons.
Yeah, I think I feel like the game is honestly stable enough. You don't need a 3 out of 5,
Yeah.
but it's fast enough you can play a 3 out of 5 if you really want to. So I do feel like, yeah, and especially like it's a first release fighting game. There's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
So
that's all. I mean, what game doesn't launch with that?
Yeah, like
right?
any fighting game first release is gonna be some things.
Yeah.
So I get a 3 out of 5, but I feel like as far as first releases go, Strive is pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, okay,
look,
yeah, Soul and Mei are in the game, but every character is still good.
Yeah. I like I said, to me, when it comes to character strengths, there are some noticeable ones that stick out.
Yeah,
but
the top tier is just a little bit too much top tier.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
And I think like everyone else, just, small adjustments here and there. I think it'll be good.
I think it'll be fine. I think some characters were natively strong, and you're like, oh, just pick this character. But then as Strive continued through the first month, there were some other characters like, oh, wait, Axel can actually play this game.
Nagaryuki?
Yeah.
Nagaryuki?
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it turns out Leo. Oh, you can cancel his back turn stance and be +7. Okay.
Sounds pretty good to me.
All right, so we got HB Roz.
Yeah.
Fighting against Asian Victor here. So this is loser's side of the bracket. Asian Victor picking Potemkin in this matchup. And HB, she's been playing that Eno. She used to be a Dizzy player.
Okay.
One of the strongest Dizzy players, but I know she subbed Eno. And honestly, her Eno is scary. And I know specifically she loves eating Potemkins alive.
Okay, so this is a favored matchup.
Yeah, I think Asian Victor maybe picked Potemkin and thinking like, okay, I feel more comfortable with Potemkin in this matchup. Maybe a mistake. Just for maybe not the matchup, but the player matchup.
Hey, that's important too. We'll see how Asian Victor comes out swinging. Does get a couple of love taps on the HB, but
yeah, I mean those couple of love taps also took away a quarter of her life bar. Potemkin hits hard. Oh, whiffs the throw, but no big counter hit for it. Gonna get the knockdown. Yeah, and just set up the note. Gonna flick that note back. Potemkin to flick any projectile in the game and just create that big shockwave coming back at you. HB already playing with 50% of her life, but she has the corner pressure here going.
RC after the stroke connected, gonna get the wall pressure here.
And there's that overhead. Eno's got that Morgan hover dash, gives her really easy high lows, and those air throws too, so clean. Mega fists out.
Ooh, Garuda impact gonna land.
Yeah, that Garuda impact probably best case for HB there though, because it's just under full screen. So blocking Garuda, not great. Now, Eno's dead.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk for the next 30 seconds because Eno's just dead here.
Yeah, absolutely blasted back by the Heavenly Potemkin Buster for the combo finish at that. They're making it look good.
Eno used to be really strong in X, and she's a little bit weaker in this game just because her damage output is not quite as high as it used to be. But she's still a very strong character. I mean, you see that hover dash, so it's like everything she does, it's like high, low, high, low, low. And it's all really hard to punish. Like, you basically have to mash jab and guess, and if you guess wrong, well, she's probably going to hit you. Oh, but there's the charge 5D. This is going to be a lot of damage. Going to force the burst. No, drops the combo. HB actually holds on to her burst there.
That's actually a win for her in that situation.
I mean, yeah, Asian Victor dropped the combo, so it worked out. And here's Wake Up Super. That's going to kill.
Yeah, caught him reaching and blasting him back through the wall.
Eno was some of the best supers in the game, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Heavy note on Wake Up into command grab is a thing that you have to be aware of.
Yeah, she has a 0 frame command grab after Super Flash. Her reversal super is very fast, and you have to punish it before the second hit happens. You can't just block it outright. Brawl's just going all over the screen here, just human everywhere, trying to start up. Oh, Mega Fist, but whiffs over Stroke. Stroke gonna get it. Good recovery. Asian Victor just going for the crazy Mega Fist, though.
50% meter for Asian Victor if they get to use it. Has burst available. Actually, both players do.
Yeah, I mean, HB probably going to be looking to hold on to that burst until a big hit happens and gets the 6B. Asian Victor going to the air. Potemkin in the air, not that scary, actually. Kind of risky to go for. I'm going to have to RC that to be safe. Yeah, burst stops your pressure, gets you back in the corner. And the air throw, going to get some Okizeme here. Blocks the over, not the second one, but doesn't get the confirm.
Well, Asian Victor still with a chance here.
Oh, and just, I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure
I think
what
Asian
that was.
maybe baiting Wake Up Super, and HB just, I'm going to RC and see what you're doing, I guess.
Smart decision from HB just to decide to go with the RC instead of the super. And
and Stroke, not smashing out of the stagger. Whenever you get hit by some of those moves that cause stagger there, Asian Victor, they're just not mashing out a stagger, which HP could really just abuse them for. And there's the command throw. I am the grappler now.
Caught him sleeping for sure. Megalomania coming out. Want to go through the wall as well.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of damage with the positive bonus. Going to get 50 meter and just
like
throw him again.
Classic, just empty dash into throw.
I mean, you're so concerned about that high-low. It's just like, yeah, the throw out of nowhere. Okay. HB really has the momentum now after that last round, I'd say.
Match point for sure, and has burst.
And gets the over. Doesn't get the confirm off the counter hit. Oh, doesn't punish the Mega Fist, though. Air throws that Mega Fist, though. Asian Victor looking a little bit desperate here. Gets the hit and the knockdown. Here comes the Garuda mix-up. Do another one. Just does TK Super. That's such a smart answer there, because the best way to get out of Garuda there is to fuzzy jump.
Yes.
And so just doing fuzzy jump into TK Super just beats anything Potemkin would do.
Asian Victor staying alive, though, able to get themselves to game point, but HB still has match point available.
Yeah, I mean, both of them have burst available here. Yeah, slide in, not great against Eno because she could just 6-6 and just fly past you, right? Asian Victor got the throw in the corner. Just going to go for these Garudas. Oh, yeah. Counter it.
That would have been death.
Oh, no. Dashed into the armor. I guess probably expected the break. It's going to break the wall. HB fighting with a pixel life and no burst here.
Last chance, last dance for HB.
But Asian Victor, still not getting out of that stagger. I wonder if HB's going to pick up on that and can probably just abuse strobe.
It's going to be Asian Victor taking game 2, sending it to a pivotal game 3 here and loses quarters. 1-2 situation. And I liked what Asian Victor was doing to make those adjustments against HB's air pressure.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting Potemkin, you kind of got to figure out real quick, are they a Pop Buster Potemkin or are they a Mega Fist Potemkin? I think Asian Victor's on the Mega Fist end of the spectrum right now. Yeah, there's that 5P into the confirm. That's not a lot of damage, but it gets HB off of them, right?
Yeah.
So
also got him above 50% meter.
Jumps
RC
out,
after the hammer
air throw him. Yeah. HB not in a great position right now. Ooh. Yeah, just hold on to your burst. Go to that next round.
I agree with that for sure. Asian Victor, though, now turning the tables on match point against HB.
Yeah, definitely cheering for HB here. She's a close friend of mine, so really hoping she gets this. Ooh, but the 6P is too early and whiffs. Yeah, just get Potemkin stopping with that chemical love. Dive, doesn't go for the pickup. There's the stagger mash. Okay, Asian Victor coming alive. Oh, that's safe though.
Yeah.
That still comes out. So yeah, the Mega Fist still doesn't work out. And to jump to the throw. All right, what's he gonna do? Asian Victor has a 50 meter. Yeah, just gonna burst.
There's the burst back. Asian Victor putting all the eggs in the basket of this round.
Gets the RC and the delay into the dive just to make sure Asian Victor isn't doing anything. Gonna keep HB come down to match point here. Last round. Ooh, okay, doesn't get the charge dust, so not a lot of damage.
Will connect and push HB to the corner.
All right, but HB reverses the corner here. All right, Asian Victor starting to catch on to HB's habits here with the mix-up, but just, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
Had the meter there to go for the super and the wall break, but the backwards throw, this is trouble for HB.
Yeah, this is scary because now you're caught in the corner against all of these Garudas and all this meter. Blocks her way out. Gets almost out of the corner, but the air throw. All right, last chance. Has to. The Garuda chip damage. Not much HB really could have done there, I think, because that Garuda chip damage, even if you have D, I believe you still take the damage even.
Yeah, you take
because of guard breaks.
You take a lot of damage there and didn't have enough meter to YRC or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like, you can't because of guard breaks. You can't YRC a guard break.
That is true.
Garuda is incredibly strong move, honestly. It is one of those things where I look at it, I'm like, what were you thinking? Because, and it's just like, oh, your guard broken, Potemkin's plus a bajillion, and it does a ton of chip damage.
Yeah, it's one of those rough
it is
scenarios.
a win condition.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Good stuff from Asian Victor, though. Just getting, I think it was the adjustment over time to the air movement.
Yeah, I think HB really played really well in the first match. But her pressure kind of got one note there. Like, she kind of kept doing, like, JK, JD. And it was working, but just wasn't quite making the hits count enough.
Right.
So,
And Potemkin, I mean, beefy
yeah.
boy, right? Got a lot of health, so you can take a few
Potemkin, the
more.
highest defense modifier in the game, so like he can take a few scraps. Like he's not afraid to take a few hits.
Yeah.
So definitely got to make sure those hits count.
Absolutely, absolutely. Agent Victor going to be moving on loser's side.
So now we got Armando coming up here. So we're going to see some more Ramlethal. We're on loser's side of the bracket still.
Versus Blooming Lotus. So either going to be Milia or Axel, depending on what.
Yeah, I mean, I played against both these players recently. I actually played against Armando in bracket. Lotus is a really strong zoner, but the thing is, Ramlethal kind of doesn't care if you're zoning her because she's better at you than you.
Most times, yeah.
Far slash.
Far slash, heavy slash even. JS is also a really good neutral tool.
And like we mentioned, like, Axel doesn't have great answers when he's stuck in the corner. And Ramlethal is some of the best corner pressure in the game. So if Axel ever gets cornered, it's rough.
Yeah. Low sword, purple RC is a true 50-50. You have to guess high or low.
And like Armando will see you FD like one hit, and it's like, okay, time to throw you. Whoop, and just scoop you up.
Yep. So decides to go with the Axel here instead of the Milia against Ramlethal. And
yeah, I can kind of see that. Milia versus Ramlethal. I mean, Milia is just, she can win. She can easily win, but she is riding that razor's edge because Milia is one of the lowest life characters in the game.
Yep.
So round start back up, make some space here. Yeah, and just, all right, we're going to play full screen. Going to block that. Ooh, doesn't hold down back the whole time. Yeah, Axel can actually hold that longer in this game, so you've got to down back the whole thing. It's really hard to punish.
Oh, 2K2D here forces the arm in. That's plus on the pull.
All right, but unfortunately, Lotus has cornered themselves, has to burst, yeah. And cornered themselves, now they have no burst. You see why this is so hard to get out. That's gonna cause knockdown because that was a super. Yeah, has to block. Oh, immediately YRCs just to try to stay alive for a bit longer, but not a great situation. Axel can do some damage, but he's gotta get the right hit for it.
Yeah, gonna need to figure something out here, but this round.
Oh, and
not
what a
good,
throw!
Back throw.
Another one. All right, let's see another throw.
Oh, yeah,
Armando ready for it, jumps out.
Caught onto it,
Already on the next layer there.
Oh,
the delayed Rekka, but doesn't get the confirm off of it.
Still gets the corner pressure, though. Doesn't have a sword
Yeah,
available.
I mean, gets the corner pressure, blocks the 2S, but the explosion covers Ramlethal. Yeah, has to block the explosion follow-up. Makes it really plus, makes it really hard to deal with Rensen Geki. Corner.
Back throw there.
All right, Ramlethal time. Now Lotus doesn't have 50 meter here quite yet.
There's the sword set. That one you can jump out of for sure, yeah. But
Yeah,
still
jumps out, burst it, get a knockdown.
Punish?
Baits the super.
A little bit of a punish there.
Oh, but the big hit here. Now Lotus has 50 meters to try to play with, to try to make something happen. Meter's really strong in Guilty Gear. Unfortunately, it's tagged by the 5K, and that's going to close the round up. Going to go immediately, characters like, you know what? No, Axel's not working out. We're not doing Axel. Probably going to see the Milia now. No, maybe just thinking about it.
Just taking their time.
Yeah, just, you know, step back, think about,
Which is the thing to do. I mean, if you're in bracket, especially at this point in the bracket, having the time to be able to say, okay, what exactly happened there? Let me just replay a couple things in my head and make some decisions.
Going to Eno. Maybe? I mean, Lotus does have definitely a deep character pool. Nope, swaps over to Milia at the last second. Lotus definitely a deep character pool here. So, I mean, I feel like Guilty Gear has always been a game where, like, people are, they're mains. You play one character.
Yep.
And I feel like Strive is that game, and finally a game where, like, you could probably play more than one character.
Oh, for sure.
But I feel like all of the old Guilty Gear players, like, I'm going to play Giovanna. I am just going to play Giovanna. And I feel like the game is still deep enough you could still do that.
Oh, JS going to connect on the air-to-air.
Oh, but the clash into the 2D. Now, Lotus, Milia is just looking for the knockdown here. Oh, no. We got to finish this up in 15 minutes, guys. Let's speed run. All right. So Milia is a set play character. She wants to get that knockdown, throw that disc on you, and do some mix-ups. So that is all Lotus is looking for. Gets out of the corner.
Bad move. Close slash conversion here. Pushing the arm back into the corner.
Corner to corner, coast to coast combos here. Gonna just go for those JH. Gets the knockdown. Here's the mix up. Yeah, and immediately YRC is just like, no, get off of me. Gonna air throw him back.
Yeah.
Yep. RC into air throw is so good in this game.
It is really, really good. You see it so many times.
especially like throw PRC OS into air throw. Like, oh, they jumped out of my throw. Well, I'm throwing them anyway.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Blooming Lotus trying to put one on the board for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing with a burst here. I mean, they took off a round from Armando. They're definitely looking a lot stronger with Amelia, just per the matchup here.
Yeah, it might be one of those things with just character experience as well, where you just, even though the matchup isn't like what you want, the familiarity with the character helps you out.
I think like Amelia fights Ramlethal decently well. Like, she's a very fast character. You are on that razor's edge because like Amortabato right now is just going to finish this round.
Yep.
In fact, like, if he doesn't burst, he's dead. Okay, he bursted, he's dead.
Oh,
Armando drops the combo here. But the J, yes, okay, yes. Really hard to deal with the Ramlethal's air buttons there, especially if you don't have like a good DP or something.
Yeah. Armando moving forward here, trying to close things out, but it's going to be the close slash counter hit and the burst bait from Blooming Lotus.
But getting your burst bait in this game feels so bad because it's like, you're not just dead, you're dead when you get your burst baited. Because now you can't even burst out of the combo. Good air throw though. Air throws him out of the corner. Oh, that close slash hits so high up and just does like 3 of them in a combo. You know, that's a lot of damage. Going to go for the winger, going to get the wall break. Because it's a super, it's going to get the knockdown here. This is a chance to safe jump. Doesn't go for it though. Armando gets to jump out. But gets mixed. Yeah. And Lotus going to get a game on the board here.
Yeah, Milia, one of the characters with the extra air action, right? So can really
she gets
make
2
those,
air dashes. Yep.
Yeah, can really make those just air situations really difficult. But Armando coming out strong here, getting the JH connection.
Yeah, that JH is going to turn into Smackdown. Oh no, gets bursted into the corner, tries to jump out, catches that JP or that 5P.
Armando decides to burst there, doesn't want to go through the wall. Blooming Lotus setting Vinyl down, being able to get a little bit of a mix.
That trade worked out for Armando, got him to stop, but he unfortunately got caught in the air, going to have to wire C. Yeah, PRC's, Lotus, PRC's to save himself, so always whipping PRC's to keep the pressure going. Good backdash there though, got out of the 5H.
Single hit of the record, so Armando trying to see what's doing.
Lotus doing a really good job of playing just outside of Ramlethal's far slash range there.
GK Bad Moon.
And I mean, really, you can't bully your way through Ramlethal's normals. You have to go around them. And Lotus doing a really good job of just like changing their approaches so Arm is having a really hard time of covering both areas.
Lotus moving forward, but the back
throw.
Got to deal with the sword set.
All right, how are you going to get out? Just goes for the 2P, stops Arm from getting too greedy, has to burst. That was going to wall break. Ooh, there's that JS though. Gonna have to RC to get the combo. I like it.
Didn't quite get the 6.
Ooh, but that close slash, such a good button. Cross up.
That was dirty.
That
was
might
really
be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. No, drops the combo, gives Arm one last chance to fall into a 6P.
Yeah.
So Armando gonna go out here against Blooming Lotus and moves those quarterfinals.
Yeah, Lotus making the switch to Milia and making it work. You know, sometimes it's the comfort on the character as well, right?
Yeah, I think we definitely saw Milia has a better matchup here. Just having that mobility, making it so much harder for Ramlethal just to stop what Milia is doing. Because like when we saw with Axel, it's like Lotus is like, I'm gonna zone her out, and Ramlethal's like, okay, that's what I want.
Yeah. It's you know, it's the old curveball analogy, right? If you swing where it's at and not where it's gonna be, makes it very difficult to hit it. And same thing happened there. Armando was definitely putting the buttons out there. Got some big hits off of him too. But Lotus was just moving around most of the things that frustrate you about Ramlethal.
Yeah, and I mean, once Amelia gets that one knockdown, it's very easy for her just to roll that momentum forward. And now you're just caught in the corner with like no life. And it's like, well, I got to burst somewhere now because I got no meter. And my meter won't stop her from doing things. So definitely good showing from Lotus there.
Absolutely.
Definitely really strong. Of course, I'm sad because Armando knocked me to loser, so I'm like, man, you should win the tournament now.
He should become the victor. That's usually how it feels. But
it's like, if I'm going to lose to someone, I'm going to lose to someone who wins the tournament, dang it.
It always feels better when that happens. But it is going to be Lotus moving on in loser side. Getting some things set on the desk here. But, yeah, I've actually, so far in the top 8, we've seen a lot of character diversity as well, which I always like to see.
There's been a lot of talk, I think, on the Bird site lately. Soul is, Soul's so strong. Soul does so much damage. How can you possibly beat Soul? I haven't seen a Soul yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I lost to a Soul in losers, I will say, but I have not seen a Soul in top 8 yet. I mean, Soul's a strong character. Don't get me wrong. Soul's an extremely strong character, but I think any character in this game can win. I feel like every character in this game is valid.
Yep.
Even people talk, oh, Anji's so bad. We got Kizercrate, we got Wukash, we got two of the best Anjis here in the country, I think, in Chicago.
I would say so, yeah, absolutely.
And we got like people like, oh, Faust last place, Faust worst character. Elven Shadow's still repping Faust, like he's still doing great. So I think like any character in this game can still win.
I certainly think that any character in the game can win. I think that there's work behind certain characters, and if you, whether or not you want to do the work, that's up to you as a player.
Oh yeah.
But the viability, that doesn't change the viability.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, like tiers exist.
Yeah,
Tiers absolutely exist. There are characters in the game that are better than none. But this ain't like, imagine like way back when Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger came out. You saw Tager and you saw New on the same screen. There wasn't shit you could do as Tager. You were losing. You just, all right, I'll take my L in the bracket. I will go to my next match. Oh, Arakune? Okay, I'm out. All right.
Yeah. I don't think that this is that game.
Yeah, this is not that game. We've come far enough that I think we're balanced.
Yeah,
so.
I think so. And like there are characters that came out, I always say this, that were natively strong, right? Like you can pick up that character and be like, wow, this character is really good.
Yeah, you can look at Soul, you can look at Soul's frame data and you can say, all right, the character's good.
Yeah,
He's a good character.
But there are other characters like that just took time to come online, like Nago.
Yeah,
it
like
took time
Nago,
to really
Leo, like they leveled up. People were saying like week 1, like, oh, Giovanna, she's top 3 easy. And it's like, well, no, she's strong. Don't get me wrong. Giovanna is strong. She's just very straightforward.
Yes.
She is very basic, very strong. And she doesn't have bad matchups, but she doesn't really have good matchups.
Right.
And so, like, once people start figuring out, oh, Leo, oh, Nago Ryuki, they're like, maybe Gio's still strong.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just not as strong.
Yeah. As at the top. And that just comes with,
lap time.
Yeah, lap time. Exactly.
I mean, everyone is saying, oh, Chip's bad. Chip's a bad character. Look, he does Gamma Blade and he dies to Motorbrodo or whatever Ramethal Super is. Like, he just died. Chip's a bad character. And then people played him and be like, oh, J2K is kind of screwed up.
Yeah. Like this
he can whiff cancel 2S into 2H and just
kill you.
His far slash reaches you from like round start in 9 frames.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this character's kind of
actually kind of good. Who would have thought?
Is Chip good?
Yeah. Am I allowed to say that?
Is Chip good?
But that's the beauty of the game. I think that, especially new games when they come out.
It's so weird. I think it's pandemic time has like spoiled us. We got to remember, it's month 2.
Yep.
No one knows how to play this game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a new game. And like, I think like pandemic time has been like, everyone's like, just thought like, oh no, I know how to play fighting games.
Yeah.
I've had this game forever. No, you've had it for 2 months.
You've had it for 2 months. And you don't know everything about the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible. So as it develops, I'm excited to see, and one of the things that I love about this game in particular is that you can see matchups that you normally wouldn't see all over the place. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's the exciting part about it.
I mean, there's 15 characters, but it's still a diverse cast. Like, my favorite thing about Guilty Gear has always been, like, you can get 2 players of the same character in a room. You can have the mirror match even. They can play completely differently, and it is still valid.
Yes.
They are both equally strong. They just play in different ways.
Yes.
And that is still true in Strive.
Oh,
like, you can get 2 players that play the same character, and like 2 Giovannas. Maybe one Giovanna says, I'm going to go in, I'm going to rush them down, I'm going to be just run all over them. And the other Giovanna's like, I'm going to play a little bit patient. I'm going to back off. I'm just going to give up the space.
Yep.
I'm going to dash in every once in a while. Equally valid. They're both just as strong as each other.
Oh, yeah.
Plays totally different game styles.
It's like you said, is this a Potemkin Buster Potemkin?
Yeah,
or is it
am I doing Mega Fist or am I doing Pop Buster?
Yeah,
which one am I doing
and
here?
they both are valid, right? They're both valid approaches.
You had to figure out, okay, am I fighting this Leo that likes the back turn stance or am I fighting a Leo that just presses far slash standing heavy?
Yep.
Like, what type of player am I fighting against? And if you figure that out, the faster you can figure that out, and the more players you play against, the better you're going to do in tournament.
Oh yeah. That's the and the stronger players are the ones that are able to shift on a dime, right?
Yeah.
Say, okay,
like,
I'm going to stop doing this completely, and I'm going to start.
The scariest thing is like, you think you're fighting a Mega Fist Potemkin, and then you get Pop Bustered, and you're like,
what just happened?
That's illegal. You can't do that.
You declared Mega Fist style, sir.
You said you were doing Mega Fist. Now I'm in Pop Buster. How?
Oh,
That
man.
is scary when
Yeah.
they would just gear shift,
Yeah.
gear shift,
Like,
gear shift.
What is going on?
They're like heel toe, clutch, heel toe, heel toe.
Oh, man. But that's one of the beauties about the game is that
Yeah.
that is available. And it's available in Strive, too.
Yeah, I mean, I heard so much like, oh, Strive is not as deep as Xrd is. I'm like, we haven't had Strive long enough to tell you how deep it is. We don't know.
We have no idea. I mean, that's one of the things that I've seen with other games that have come out during like social media era.
Yeah.
And Strive 2, like people say, oh, the game's been out 30 days, we know everything about it. And it's like, how is that even possible?
I have a strict rule. I do not say anything about Giovanna's matchups. Are they good or bad? I don't know. Work in progress.
Yeah, I'll let you know in a little bit.
I can tell you what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, when I get past your buttons, I'm going to beat the crap out of you.
Sounds like
But that's what I'm
Giovanna to
thinking.
me. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good or bad matchup yet. All right, we got Axel versus Zato. Speaking of interesting matchups.
Yeah. This is
Now, I feel like I've heard some of this matchup. I've spoken to some of my friends, Peppery Splash, and this is, I feel like, a rough matchup for Zato, but it still ends up being pretty even.
yeah.
You have to represent a pose.
So this is winners finals. It's going to be 3 out of 5.
Okay. So we are looking for a 3 out of 5. DPS gets cornered early, has to burst.
Yeah, early burst definitely not a bad thing at all in this game. You'll be able to build it back fast and
Yeah,
have
I
it
mean,
again.
Just getting at the zoning. I mean, the issue here is Zato can't safely summon in neutral against Axel like he
Yes.
can against other characters. Like, he can't just easily, like, you have to find a chance just to summon and get started, whereas other characters, you can just, like, summon it full screen.
Yep. Y'all don't have to be careful here. But on the offensive is Macho has DPS set in the corner.
Yeah, gonna
There's the
burn that
throw.
meter to resummon Eddie with that super.
Laying down the pressure.
And YRC's just to stop all that, gonna remove the entire Eddie meter. But DPS caught in the corner with not much life and no burst.
Ooh, Macho flying over, but DPS getting a chance to move forward.
Yeah, I
Big
think
counter hit.
Macho was really scared of the anti-air follow-up there after Rensengeki. DPS ended up not going for it, so Macho unfortunately didn't make capitalization, but I can't blame him for not going for it. Oh, DPS gets caught by the second hit of Pierce there, I believe it is. There's the Damned Fang command throw. This is going to give him time to resummon Eddie. That command throw doesn't really do much damage, doesn't really give him much advantage on afterwards, but it takes a long time, which gives him more time to get Eddie back.
Speaking of Eddie back, sword set super again. DPS having a block, gets command grabbed up.
Yeah, just a little bit of damage there, but gets him just enough time. DPS got his burst back. There it goes. Gonna burst out of block stun just to get his turn back, just to get a chance to play. Now Macho playing a round down, but still has his burst. Has such a life lead. It's gonna be hard to tell him where to burst in this round. There's that anti-air I was talking about.
And got the side switch forward. DPS with meter as well. Might decide to hold on for it for defensive purposes.
Ooh, there's the 2S. Couldn't see where Axel was, just got caught by the 2S. No real confirm off of it.
Macho deciding to find a space to summon Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, just has to block the Rensengeki. Tries to get forward, get some space. Has to burst. There's your burst point.
DPS, even
Oh,
if
there's
they
the
lose
frog.
this
That's
round,
going to be round, yeah.
forced the burst out of Macho.
Yeah.
So small victory. Obviously wanted to win the round, but did get the burst.
Very important to say, like, okay, well, I got the burst. Burst is the only thing in Guilty that travels between rounds. So there are some rounds where it's like, I lost that round, but my goal wasn't to win that round. My goal was to make you burst.
Yeah.
So if I got you to burst, I can win the next round.
Yeah, good to go. Macho stalling things out pretty well here. Going to use the Shadow Kermit to come out with the pressure.
Calls in the oppose. Calls out DPS going for a body there.
DPS does have burst on deck if they need to use it to run under. I actually like that. Just get out the corner.
Yeah, DPS manages to get their way out the corner, get back to mid-screen. Now Macho's closer to corner here. Macho playing a really air-based game, which I mean, fair, because Zato has that special mechanic where he can fly in the air, but unfortunately gets counter hit there. Has to block the explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, goes for the, I'm not sure what PRC that was to make him go flying forward, but DPS was ready to block.
Yeah. DPS blocking up and going to go ahead and take round one. First to three, as we said.
Yeah,
at the beginning,
first to
so
three
got
here,
a
so
little bit of time.
Macho still has some time here to adapt. So let's see the round start. Goes for the round start 6P, expecting DPS maybe a 5H on round start or something. There's something maybe Macho can use more of is Break the Law, the move where Zato dips down underground and just becomes a shadow, just avoids all the buttons that anyone could throw out on him. But he does have to come up eventually, which at that point you can punish him. But of course, if Zato is meter, he can just RC it. So yeah, gonna go for the burst in blocks. That's actually something I really like even back in extra days, was bursting in block stun.
Yes.
Because it's something you don't really expect, so it's much harder to bait, and it still kind of ends their turn.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, well, you're not saving yourself from damage from a combo, but you're saving yourself from potential damage because they hit you during their block strike.
Speaking of potential damage, Macho with the tick throw there and the finish off the OTG.
Yeah, I mean, that was such good corner pressure. Got the close slash. I mean, DPS kind of got hit by mid there, but Macho ready to capitalize and just reset into a throw.
Oh,
Bar
Snapdragon
slash. This is going to be a lot of damage into a wall break.
Yeah,
Look at his life bar. Yeah, Zato's a high damage character now in this game. Unfortunately, because he didn't end with super, he has to wait for Eddie to come back before he can play again. All right, Eddie is available, but how is he going to get Eddie out here? Going to break the law. There's the PRC. Start the turn.
And flying in the air allows Macho just to avoid a lot of the chains and things like that DPS has thrown
I mean,
out.
right now, though, look at Macho. His risk gauge is just maxed out. Okay, and when that risk gauge is maxed out there, right underneath his burst gauge, any hit becomes a counter hit. Any hit, even a 5P.
Yeah.
And it's not just a counter hit, it's a big counter hit. It slows down.
It's the Dolby Digital version.
Yeah, the Dolby Digital counter hit. I like that. Gonna YRC, good, gets baited, gets a free counter hit punish. Gonna be
conversion?
enough to kill, yes. Yeah, baiting that YRC was huge. Immediately turned around the game.
Absolutely. Now DPS on game point as well. Macho, though, is clearly looking
DPS
to
has their burst, so Macho's gonna get their burst back, but they're gonna have to take a few hits first. There's that far slash, just trying to harass him at that far slash range. Yeah, there's that burst. DPS immediately bursts as soon as Macho gets any amount of like momentum started.
Oh, big 2S here, and the conversion. Macho already at half life.
Yeah, 2S, that counter at 2S, a decent amount of damage, but also more importantly sends you full screen away from Axel. There's the command throw.
The
Good
finish?
RC. This is mostly burst safe, but gets the burst point. Yeah, but it had to take so much damage. And another one as soon as they land.
That was really sneaky. DPS hadn't been using the unblockable the whole time.
Yeah, I
Macho had been flying, right?
I mean, when you land in this game, you have a few frames of landing recovery, unless it's the only time you don't is just from just a normal jump. Yeah. As soon as you double jump, air dash, do any movement action in the air or any attack in the air, you have landing recovery. So DPS sniffing that out and just command throw, full screen. Speaking of command throws, we got the knockdown there with the Damn Fang. Corner pressure time. Is DPS going to spend their burst and blocks in here? No, they're going to block the 5D. Macho did their 5D a little bit too late and was able to be punished for it.
Just the side switch as well off of the unblockable. DPS is a Dragon Ball player, so they're used to down backing in the corner. Like, that's just one of those things that you kind of learn with the Dragon Ball fighters.
And I think like we were talking earlier, Zato's a character where sometimes you just got to down back against him. Like, you can't do much else because Eddie's on you at the same time. So do anything more than down back, you'll probably just get hit.
All right, Macho with a ton of meter
There's
ejects
the
himself
JD
into the
PRC.
combo.
Yeah, gets in. Trying to jump out. Oppose there to cover him. Now Oppose uses the entire
whiffed.
Eddie meter, so yeah, has to burst. Has to burst to keep himself alive, but also get a chance at winning this round, keeping DPS in the corner. Doesn't block that 5D, gonna cover it.
The mix.
Yeah, that real quick overhead, about 20 frames or so. You're just gonna open him up, and I mean that overhead's safe because you got Eddie covering him. So
definitely a tough scenario. Macho putting themselves back onto a game point. DPS though up 2-0, so still comfortable in the set.
And I mean Macho had to use their burst there. Macho just trying to work forward. I like that dash forward FD break just to get past the Rensengekis there.
Also, I mean, even though if you block Rensengeki, it does a good amount of chip too.
It does do a good amount of chip, and because Axel has that explosion follow-up now, you can't just block Rensengeki and run forward willy-nilly like you used to be able to. You have to respect the explosion follow-up.
Macho low on life and DPS playing full square. Here comes the
going to go for the super. Oh, jumps out of the explosion. Look at that, the damage on that super. What an interaction. I feel like Macho more ready for that interaction than DPS was.
Absolutely. Nice stand block there. Doesn't get
opened
up
air
with the air
throws. Yeah, DPS gonna have to look for a burst point here. Baits the gold burst, gonna punish it.
Good stuff from Macho.
Real great awareness from Macho there.
Yeah.
First the air throw, and then like, oh, I know DPS is going to have to burst here.
Had
like,
to, yeah.
Like, otherwise he's going to die, so ready to punish it. And punished with the 5P, and then had the meter to RC and actually get the conversion off of the 5P, too.
Yeah.
So I think Macho getting the DPS's head a little bit there.
Absolutely. I mean, Macho, a very cerebral type of player. Definitely going to be one that just reads the opponent and their habits.
Yeah, early burst there from DPS. Now he's going to be playing the rest of this match without one. Dashes forward, yeah, just a little bit too far back for that explosion follow-up.
DPS puts it forward. I like the pace that DPS is running on. Big counter hit.
Jumps out of that command throw that time, but doesn't get the punish because that full screen.
Here's the fly technique from Macho. Big counter hit, though, for DPS. Close slash coming through. DPS, a lot of life left.
Oh, summons the opposed to take the next Rensen Kick after that. Tries to get forward, but unfortunately that's going to use the entire Eddie meter. And leave him no real way to get in after it.
Yeah, DPS on match point. Macho pressed up against the wall. Does have burst, though, so can probably extend this round if needed.
But like we were talking about, it's really hard to burst against Axel because he's always comboing you at full screen. I think the best thing Macho can look for right now is a gold burst, because that gold burst is going to give him 100 meter. Goes for the blue burst out of block stun instead, though. But unfortunately, he's got that full screen against Zato, or against Axel. Has to figure out how do I get past these chains.
Oh, there's one way to do it. Finally has that corner pressure. A mash
but
out.
DPS ready with their Abare, and Axel Bomber going to close it out.
Yeah, DPS played such a good, even though they lost game 3, came back into game 4 with like, okay, I'm still sticking to
all right, this is my true form. Yeah, like
yeah.
That game 3 from Macho was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely.
Like that air throw into the burst bait, Macho was ready for that scramble situation. But DPS said, okay, we're just not going to scramble then.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to let it happen.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, saying that in your head and executing that against a strong player is two completely different things.
Definitely one of those things where like some players are just better at dealing with scrambles than others.
Yep.
And like if you find yourself like, oh, I'm bad at scrambles. If you just find yourself really look at your VODs and be like, oh, I just can't play scrambles, then don't scramble.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually, I mean,
that easy.
Yeah,
just don't scramble.
Yeah. It's definitely the Occam's razor of decision making, right? Where
Right.
it's just like, don't do it.
Yeah, just don't scramble. Just block, and you know what? Eventually get out and just play neutral. And you're probably really good at neutral if you're bad at scrambles. So
there you go. No, and that's just kind of there's a beauty and simplicity into all of the complexity of fighting games, right? And that type of awareness doesn't happen for everybody, but like you said, going back and watching your VODs, one of the strongest ways to really see and like be like,
highly recommend it. It's painful. Don't get me wrong.
It's absolutely painful.
You just watch these VODs like, who is this idiot playing this game? Why the hell did they do that? That's stupid. Why would you do that? You have to do it because you're that idiot playing that game. You're that idiot. You need to get better. Watch your VODs.
Go ahead and check out the VODs. It is a tough thing to do, but every time, I guarantee you, every time you do it, you come out a much better player.
You will watch your VOD, see like, oh, why I have these bad habits I didn't even know.
Yep.
They're like, why am I up backing here? Like that. Why would
Doesn't
you do
even
that?
make sense.
Yeah, like you would never do that. That's an airtight block string. They're just doing 3 lows in a row. Why am I up backing? And the next time you play against that player, you're like, I'm not going to up back. It's dumb.
I'm not going to do this. I refuse to do it.
Why would I do it?
Yeah, that's one of the things I love so much about the fighting games. And Strive obviously has a replay system. Pretty cool, too.
Yeah, it's a good replay system. You can go look at other players' replays, too. It's really, like, Arxis has really mastered that, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because I think they had a similar one in Grand Blue, actually.
Yes, yeah. So, always good stuff. And, you know, that'll put DPS in winner side of Grand Finals.
Yeah, DPS looking really strong with their Axel play.
Yeah. Macho on in losers final, so still has a chance to do the run back.
But of course, they're going to have to go through that matchup again if they fight Lotus, I bet.
Yeah.
Because Lotus, they got the Amelia. We saw the Axel. Not a great matchup against Ramethal, against Armando, admittedly. But they're going to have to go through it. I would bet Lotus is going to pick Axel against Zato.
Yeah, so Lotus actually taking out the only soul of Shiken. Was the only soul in top 8.
Strong soul player, yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, so Lotus used to Axel against Shiken, so
speaking of Lotus, looks like we got them up now.
Yep, against Agent Victor.
All right, so
Potemkin.
They're playing Potemkin, they're also playing May, though.
That's true.
So I'm willing to bet.
That is a weird, I
am willing to bet we're going to see May. I am willing to bet we're going to see May. Potemkin is a strong character, but like Grappler versus Dalsum,
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, like I said, May able to just really do what she wants in the air.
Lotus actually going for Eno, though.
Maybe expecting the Potemkin.
Maybe, but remember, this is 2 out of 3 here, so we don't got a lot of data to play with. But, yeah, so Lotus playing Eno, which interesting, though, because Asian Victor just beat an Eno to get here. So they might know the matchup a little bit more, but maybe Lotus can, like, see, like, oh, well, this is how they're dealing with Eno.
So I know Lotus, and they don't take a lot of investment in other people's picking of their same character. Like, Lotus typically will be like, yeah, that Eno lost, but I mean,
my Eno.
Yeah.
Oh, but Ron started Mega Fist. Now, here's the thing. We saw Asian Victor on the Mega Fist spectrum of things.
Yeah, yes, for sure.
So I think we're going to see a lot of Mega Fist here. Blocks the slide head. Now, you can tell Lotus is new. He's a new Guilty Gear player. Hasn't played much of the old games because he blocks slide head. Yeah, in the old game, slide head completely unblockable. Had to jump it.
Oh, gets the counter hit dive here, pressing Asian Victor's corner. There's that throw. I'm not sure if it's an OS.
PRC, though, just going to get those frames. Oh, jumps out of the pop buster there. There's that Mega Fist, though. That Mega Fist is frame 1 in the air and really pulls Potemkin's hitbox up, so it's very hard to hit him out of the Mega Fist.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
You almost have to just jump in air throw him or something.
Oh, stroke misses.
Has to YRC just to keep himself alive there.
Oh,
the hitbox on that projectile so big. Tried to dive over. Trust me, I've tried to do that. Geo's dive kick super doesn't work.
Yeah, it's really hard to get over.
But I think Asian Victor's still not great on staggering. I'm going to give you a tip, anyone at home who's trying to figure out how to deal with stagger. If you're playing on stick or hitbox, piano your buttons. You get it every time. There's no lockout.
Good information there for sure. Speaking of good, Bloom and Lotus trying to make good on this position against Asian Victor. Stuck in the corner.
Asian Victor just going out hand with those Mega Fists, though, and Bloom and Lotus not able to stop him.
Oh, big counter hit on the hammer ball. Had to.
Bloom and Lotus not looking strong right now. Really big deficit, and that's going to be it.
Yeah.
This is going to be jumping heavy, and yeah. Now, are we going to see Blooming Lotus swap? That's my question.
Possibly, like you said, first to 2 scenario, so.
There's really not, I mean, yeah, okay, immediate swap. His Eno did not look like it was going to do much there. No shade.
It was a rough time for sure.
Asian Victor looks like he knows what Eno's going to do. Yeah, immediately goes to Axel. Probably one of Potemkin's worst matchups.
It's a very, very difficult matchup. Despite the fact that Potemkin has extra HP, has the defensive bonus, it's still a hard matchup.
I mean, if you've ever seen Zangief versus Dhalsim in Street Fighter, same idea.
Yeah.
How do you get in?
That's the question.
Now, different from old games, but Potemkin does have Hammerfall. It's that 1 hit of super armor. In old games, all of Axel's chains were 2 hits, so it kind of blew through that super armor. But now they're all 1 hit, so it's a little bit easier for Potemkin to get in here. Still not a great matchup. Lotus is cornered already, but honestly not a bad position to be in as long as Potemkin is at this range.
Yeah, as long as Potemkin is far away, the one that's really cornered is Asian Victor.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus moving forward a little bit there just to get out of the corner a little bit. Oh, but messes up their instant over at Okizeme. Here comes the Gerudo. All that chip damage. Yeah, Wire sees the 6K just to stop.
There's the jump back. Blooming Lotus gets a 2S counter hit and back to full screen goes.
Yeah, and you saw that 2S hit Potemkin because Potemkin's such a big body.
Yep. Oh!
Ooh, but the PRC into the air throw. Gerudo damage. It has to burst, otherwise Gerudo would have just killed him with chip damage.
All right, Blooming Lotus last bits of life here.
Yeah,
gets
gonna
pull in
put
plus.
Potemkin into the corner here. Oh, but got caught by the Hammerfall on the recovery of the backdash. This is semifinal, so 2 out of 3 here still.
Match point for Asian Victor. There's some pressure coming out. 2S, counter hit, back to full screen.
Yeah, Lotus just keeping it patient, keeping it smart.
I like this slow gameplay from Lotus.
There's that 1 hit of heavy super armor there, gets Asian Victor in, but Lotus fights his way out.
Plus frames.
Gonna throw him after the, yeah, you want to FD that move because it gets you to the ground faster and actually reduces the block stun.
PRC went for
Jumps out of the
throw.
pop buster there. Lotus doing a lot of work with this 2S here. Asian Victor just going to the air a lot, getting hit by that 2S. There's the command throw, though.
There you go, setting up the meat. Blue
Gotta
Lotus with
block
a
that
lot
low.
of meter.
And Potemkin's huge 2D just reaching. Lotus just backing off, making space. Starting up the time stop.
Oh.
There's the time stop, but blocks it. Yeah, gets himself some space there with it. Asian Victor staying in the air and gets caught by the super. Baits the burst. Why would you burst? You are a round up. Do not hero burst. Just take it. Now Asian Victor playing with no burst in the final round here.
Yeah, rough stuff for sure. Blooming Lotus just throwing out chains now. Maybe does a little bit of mental damage too on the round.
Yeah, I mean, Hammerfall break into nothing and to get hit. Now Potemkin can actually flick that green chain, that Rensengeki, because it is technically projectile. It's a special move, unlike the rest of Axel's chain. YRC's in the air. Has to RC to make that safe. Yeah, just burst that. Just going to get that 2S to make that space. Doesn't care if it's blocked.
Yeah, Blooming Lotus just looking for room to work at the moment.
Oh, runs into the Hammerfall there. Caught in the corner, gets Garuda. Has to block. Excuse me. And the 5D gonna wrap it up. Did not block the overhead. And that is it for Blooming Lotus. Asian Victor gonna move on out of loser semifinals.
Yeah. Good stuff from Asian Victor there with the Potemkin too.
I mean, Potemkin's a strong character in this version. Commonly, worst character of the game in Xrd. Now this version a lot stronger.
Yeah, definitely able to do a lot of work. And like you said, when you're low on life like that and you're in the Garuda Oki scenario, it's almost checkmate, right?
Yeah, it's like basically you need to, the idea is block Garuda, get guard crushed, and then like hold down back and fuzzy jump to get out of the Potemkin buster. You can still do some other mixes there, like he did 5D you, hit you with the overhead, but that's the bit general rule. But it does so much chip damage, and if he just does another Garuda, it's like that's like a quarter of your life bar. So
yeah,
if you get cornered by Garuda, that's win state, really. Yeah. It really is.
It's a tough scenario to get out of, especially if you don't have resources. So
yeah, if like you don't have a DP, even if you have a DP, like you DP and clash with the Garuda, and then you play off that clash scenario. That's really the best thing you can hope for. We got both players ready here. This is going to be losers finals, I believe.
So 3 out of 5 again, all the way the rest of the
bracket. Rest of us are going to be 3 out of 5. We already did the winners finals earlier, so winner of this is going to get to grands, and then we're going to close up shop.
Yes, sir.
So what do we got here? We got Asian Victor sticking with Potemkin. We saw their May earlier. Haven't swapped back to May. Yeah.
Maybe they're just feeling it. You know, sometimes you like, oh, okay, my.
I mean, they played May in their winners match, and then they got knocked down. Losers. They're like, all right, time to pick my main.
Yeah.
Which I mean, hey, if you're good enough to get to top 8 on a sub,
there you go.
And then you get knocked down to losers, it's like, okay, yeah, time to play.
Yeah, time to
get serious.
Yeah, time to be for real. All right, so Macho back up as well. You know, going to see the Zato, of course.
Now, this matchup has historically been terrible for Potemkin. Historically. In this game, we're not sure. It might be a little bit better because Potemkin's got a lot more tools.
Yeah.
And Zato's not as strong as he used to be. Now, Rev 2, a lot of people are familiar with like Rev 2 because it's the latest version of Xrd, where Zato's weaker.
Yeah.
But in like early Sign, early Revelator, vanilla Accent Core, Zato was the strongest character, one of the strongest. And he has consistently always beat Potemkin. Even when he's weaker, he's still okay against Potemkin. So, but in this version, he doesn't, his drill is not as oppressive as it used to be. It's not a low. And on top of that, his eddy pressure is just not as, it's still really strong, but it doesn't have like the multiple hits to break through armor.
Well, we're going to find out what Macho thinks of the matchup going forward.
Just immediately starts pressure off that 2P though. Going to start the eddy pressure. Puts Asian Victor in the corner. Are we going to see a stop to the warpath Asian Victor's been doing? All that damage just from the round start.
Yeah, Macho definitely a very good player when it comes to just starting out aggressive, getting to run the set play, and then putting you into bad situation after bad situation. But Asian Victor busts out with the Mega Fist.
Jumps out, but has to PRC, takes some air throw damage. But you know what? That's okay. Yeah. Oh, because Asian Victor burned 50% of the meter and their burst. That's going to be round.
Yeah, Morpheus coming out, putting hands together for my mans.
Sometimes you have to be willing to accept, I made them burn 50 meter to throw me.
Yes.
And like, I still have 100 meter, so I win.
Yeah. Absolutely. Resources so important to keep track of in this game.
Yeah, RC in this game is so strong that if you have 50 meter and your opponent doesn't have 50 meter, you have a huge advantage. Like right here, it's like I just get free pressure.
Yep. Oh, Asian Victor picking the right spot to mash out though, but it's going to be Macho again with the corner pressure.
There's that Mega Fist, but you see, that Mega Fist does nothing to Zato, because Zato's like, cool, I'm on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, but the Potemkin Buster punish all that life bar. The Zato full screen gets caught low by the 2P.
Oh, there's the eject button there.
Yeah,
Macho
just get out of the corner there, but
a
Mega Fist right over the Eddie pressure.
I mean, Asian Victor has been timing those Mega Fists all bracket long really well.
Yeah, really hard to stop a Potemkin. Adamant on Potemkin on Mega Fist. There's that air throw, gonna get the knockdown. Blocks the overhead, no punish.
Macho flies
That
out
charge 5D, -10, hard to punish there. Doesn't block his 5D.
Oh, gets the mix. What's the set going to be? Eddie coming out for the round of applause.
Some fuzzies. There's that Mega Fist, but gets blocked into the punish. Mega Fist definitely punishable on block. YRC blocks the 5D, gets the punish.
Oh,
and the big damage. Yeah, this is the party starter. No burst for you, son. Go to the next match. Yeah, jumping in on Zato when he's got that oppose out. That
bad idea.
lose.
Yeah.
It's
a rough one. So Macho going to go up 1-0 in this losers finals.
Yeah, Macho looking really strong in there, just kind of showing power of Zato versus Potemkin in this matchup. That round start 2P looks pretty hard for Potemkin to deal with too. Like just covers that space. Potemkin can't really deal with it. Just start the round missing half your life bar and leaving your opponent positive bonus.
Already off to a great start is Macho. Agent Victor back up into the corner. We've seen him make comebacks before though. Double Mega Fist.
There's the Mega Fist, Mega Fist, Mega Fist, Mega Fist, Mega Fist.
I'll do it until
PRC.
it works.
I'll do it again. Mega Fist. All right, there's that gold burst there. Yeah, just immediately a more fist.
Yeah, big plus frames, even if it's blocked, gets to do whatever you want.
They're going to burn all the meter immediately after that gold burst. There's that Mega Fist, though. Oh, but whiffs the Potemkin Buster afterwards. Macho just immediately jumping out, just saying, all right, I'm out.
Oh, oppose gets 8 up, and now Agent Victor having to block.
Victor gonna look for the burst. No, a bad burst. Burst Eddie, but not Zato. Going to get punished. And that's bad because now Asian Victor has no burst meter remaining. It's going to take a long time to build that back up. They basically have to win this round if they win another burst.
Essentially, yeah.
Ooh, the close slash going to hit him. All that damage off that close slash.
Oh, Snapdragon gets the counter hit. Agent Victor pushed back to the corner. Macho definitely not out of it. Purple RC whips the butt slam.
Oh, yeah, definitely wanted an air throw there. Got the JD instead. Didn't hold forward long enough. And the Mega Fist gets caught by Frog. Macho called him out. Said like, all right, you're a Mega Fist Potemkin. I'm just going to frog you.
Ends it with sword. Gets Eddie back. There comes Eddie again. Macho pushing to the corner. 5D connection.
I mean, this is the scary part. Like we've been talking about fighting Zato. Sometimes you just got to block. And Asian Victor going for those Mega Fists, getting caught out, not blocking during their pressure. Just inputting Mega Fists, gets caught wide on frame where they're not blocking. So Macho up 2-0 already. Losers final, so it's 3 out of 5. Asian Victor's got to turn this around quick. Surprisingly staying Potemkin.
Yeah.
I would honestly say go May here. Get that better matchup.
Yeah, Agent Victor locked into Potemkin no matter what now.
Yeah, got to win 3 matches straight as Potemkin against Zato. That's a hard, it's a tall order. Yeah, immediately burst, keeps the corner pressure.
5D again.
Doesn't bait the burst. Gonna get out of here.
50% meter from both players. Agent Victor trying to find a way in.
Flying at full speed against Potemkin like this, scary. He's got 50 meter. Better watch that, buddy. All right, there goes the 50 meter. Yeah, gonna PR YRC to get out of there. Take the corner. All right, no Eddie meter right now. Got to back off. Yeah, just going to fly in the air. Just going to go full screen here. Let Eddie come back. Really important for Macho just to let that Eddie meter come back now.
Absolutely. And Agent Victor on last legs for this round.
Block the low. Yeah, jumps out of the Garuda. Really important. Agent Victor with a pixel of life. That JES just falling down and punishing the slide head.
Yeah, Macho been really good about staying in the air. Not a lot of heat knuckles coming out because it's hard to kind of guess, you know, where.
I mean, if you whiff the heat knuckle, you die, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, I would say maybe Agent Victor maybe go for more air throws, maybe more 6Ps. But caught in the corner. Good defense, though. Blocks both those 5Ps. Going to get out of that Eddie pressure. There's that Mega Fist, though. All right, Eddie's out and active. Eddie ran out of time, so
strings.
yeah, just go for the super. Get Eddie back. All right, come on, little buddy. Can you block these 5Ds? All right, good defense for Asian Victor. Sniffs out the goes. All right, I'm just command throw. Get Eddie time back.
Yeah, has brain programmed to block there for sure.
Yeah, goes for the throw mash. Gets the Garuda. Gets another one. Close slash. 6K Garuda. Jumps out of that one.
Macho finding the right space here.
PR goes for break the wall under. Just let me get out of the corner here. Just let me slide out of the corner.
Excuse me, don't mind if I do.
And the empty jump pop buster. Huge amount of damage. Last chance for Macho. YRC takes the burst out of Asian Victor. That's huge. Even if he loses this round, Asian Victor is not going to get his burst back this match.
Oh, the Mega Fist to the dome. Asian Victor staying alive.
But you know what? Macho has a burst. Asian Victor doesn't. Macho's happy right now.
That's a big resource down for Asian Victor, especially against Sato.
Yeah, going for those unsummons Eddie. When he unsummons Eddie, Eddie comes back much faster even the Eddie meter runs out. Gonna get the wall break here though. Huge amount of damage. Super to get Eddie back. Yep, full Eddie meter. Gets to summon Eddie as soon as he lands here now. Time to pierce. In the corner, Dan. Give me the Dan Fang. Command throw. I've got 50 meter now from the positive bonus. Blocks Mega Fist. Doesn't get the punish. Just going to back off here. All right, you don't have 50 meter yet?
Oh, he's doing slide head as well. Morph is going to come through and hit.
Yeah, that's huge amount of damage. Just breaks the law and gets the pop buster to punish.
Has burst
damage.
now. Might want a gold burst instead if they can.
Yeah, I mean, 100 meter right now from Batista would be huge.
Oh!
Gets the 5D, but he has a burst. Is he going to punish the burst? He doesn't punish the burst. Okay, one last chance for Macho here.
There's the gold burst.
This is what Asian Victor needs to win.
Yeah,
just flies over.
Oh, heavenly!
Oh, wins the heavenly. Going to come down to the last chance. Throws him to punish.
Oh, the raw punish on the throw. Asian Victor staying alive somehow to push this to a game 4.
Unfortunately, Macho looked like he just got 50 meter. There could have RC'd that to save himself and just win that match there, but just didn't quite get it. Just got to be willing to burn that meter right there. So Asian Victor keeps himself alive here in losers finals. Not looking good right now, though. No. Macho getting his second win, saying, all right, I'm awake now.
Yeah.
You've made me wake up.
So Macho's one of those type of players where if they lose, especially in a bracket space like this, if they lose a game that they feel like they should have won, aggression, immediately from the start.
Yeah, and I mean, it's paying off. Already took his burst. Is going to get the wall break with the knockdown, get the Eddie meter back. Eddie comes back. Here goes Pierce into the command throw. You're not stopping me. Not quite enough to kill, but the chip damage from the Eddie summon. Didn't FD it, dies. So match point again for Macho.
Yeah, this is the speed that Macho's going to start playing at. It's much faster. They're going to have to make decisions a lot quicker. Asian Victor won't have a lot of time to guess.
Yeah, I mean, got the punish on the Mega Fist and immediately started all this. And good awareness, goes for the super punish there, gets it again. Gonna start any time. Blocks the 5D that time, but not the second one. Huge amount of damage. Another goes for the Amorphous. Will this be enough to kill? But taking a lot of defense. No, just barely enough. Now, it does not refresh positive bonus. It is going to run out here shortly. But he has such a life lead and gets caught by the Invite Hell. Macho proving a point after losing that match.
Yeah. Rough stuff against Zato. Asian Victor, though, did manage to take a game. However, it's going to be Macho getting the run
Took
back.
a game and just kind of pissed Macho
yeah,
off,
essentially.
honestly.
Essentially, like, you're making me play
it's like,
longer.
I got a game. I got a game. I can do this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
No.
I really don't want to play another game in losers finals. So that's going to be Macho earning the run back against DPS, right? So that's our grand final setup. It's going to be DPS on winner side, Macho on
So we're
loser
going to have
side.
Axel versus, now we saw Macho had issue, I think, earlier against Lotus, I believe.
Yes.
So it's a rough matchup for Zato, I would say. So this is definitely an uphill battle because he's got to win a 3 out of 5, reset the bracket, send DPS down to losers, and then win another 3 out of 5. So DPS basically gets a whole set just to be like, all right, whatever his habits, what are his bad habits, what can I poke at to make him like just wear him down?
Yeah. It's a mental mountain to climb, right? It's one of those things, and DPS, one of those types of players that really does study habits of their opponents really well and makes those adjustments.
Now, an advantage from coming from losers is that you're hot.
Yes.
You just come out of play. You've just been playing. You're hot. Your brain is active. Whereas the winner side guy, he's been watching. He's just been here.
Yeah,
Chill.
Yeah, chilling, water, relaxing, watching
I'm going to go hit the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
So, there's something to be said for coming out of losers.
True.
And there's something to be said for being a corner jackal. When you're down to that last match, you're like, if I lose this 3 out of 5, I'm done. You're going to play your ass off.
Yeah, that's true. Macho's certainly one of those players where when they're cornered, like, they play just aggression.
I mean, we
faster.
saw it.
Yeah.
Lost one game, said,
no more.
serious time.
Yeah, yep. So this is going to be an interesting one, especially having Macho ran this in winners finals, right? So kind of knows that first level of mind reading against their opponent, knows kind of what they like to do. Certainly hasn't forgotten it. I'm curious to see how if DPS changes that up or just goes for tried and true.
I mean, it's definitely, I feel like this is going to end up being a slower paced matchup because I think like both players need to be a little bit more respectful. Macho's starting that immediate aggression though. Just trying to get in through DPS. Gets caught by the 5P. A decent amount of damage already. All right, how do I get in?
Oh, there's the pressure there. DPS,
all right, DPS caught in the corner, but doing good defense there.
Yeah.
Fights their way out, gets the pressure back. There's that command throw. Macho a little bit weak to that command throw, it looked like earlier, so maybe DPS sniffed that out and just be like, all right, I'll just go for the command throw.
Oh, the chains go through the 2S. Macho does fly out in the corner, but DPS getting clipped up by the far slab.
Yeah, immediate wire C as soon as it gets pressure, but I like that. Wire C, since you're a little bit plus after a wire C, but sometimes it's worth it to see what they're going to do, because maybe they're going to whip throw and you can kill them.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of kill, DPS getting first blood in this grand finals.
Round start snail there, catches out Macho, going for the 2P again. Can't do the same round start.
Oh.
DPS looking really strong right now. Has the screen spacing.
And notice Macho just hanging out in the air, but
and
gets
hit. Counter hit by that 2S. Big damage with the Axle Bomber confirmed.
That did a ton of damage.
And, actually gets that burst. Hard to burst there, so good burst from Macho. Actually makes it count.
DPS in the corner, but does have burst. Macho looking for it.
Yeah, and Macho has to really conserve his Eddie meter here properly. Gets caught by the overhead, immediately bursts. Yep. Oh, you saw that DPS went for the 6P.
Yeah.
He saw the fight. He saw the PRC. Went for the 6P immediately. He was ready for it. That's good knowledge for Macho here, saying like, all right, I can't just get in that way. DPS is going to be ready for it.
Yeah, DPS now playing the range game, playing the HP game, right? Like,
yeah,
I got a ton of life.
You have so much life, why make a risk?
Yeah.
DPS looking really strong right now, taking that first game convincingly, I would say.
Yeah, definitely convincingly, and sticking with the game plan that won them the winners finals, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's something to be said for playing winners finals and then playing the same matchup in grand finals. So, I mean, looking really strong right now.
All right, Macho starting off even faster, just more aggression.
Yeah, but unfortunately lost Eddie, but you know what? Took his burst out of it. I'd say that's a good trade.
And it was a no-hit burst as well, so it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, he's not going to get his burst back this round. That's no question at all. Gonna not get a knockdown there, but BRC's his way in, and really quick round. Now, this is important because he won that round so quick, DPS almost has no burst left.
Yes.
So DPS could reasonably not get his burst back this match.
Depends on how long they get this round to go.
And Macho's got to make his way in here, and it's hard for Zato to do
got
that.
him.
Catches him jumping out with the frog. Gonna get the wall break. Oh, actually lets him off the wall to resummon Eddie. You know what? It's working out there because there's that 6K overhead.
Caught him low this time as well. Macho pushing DPS forward. There's
Let me summon my mans back. Hold on. Let me burn some meter. Give me my mans.
All
right, block a lot. Cool. Thanks for blocking. I'm going to throw you. There's the overhead. There's the 5K bar there. Sniffed it out.
Yeah, Macho might have been going for command grab there as well. So good stuff from DPS to be able to mash out.
All right, Macho just has a little bit of like DPS cannot play that life game again because he
2S.
has to make a run back.
Bunch
He's
of
doing
damage.
a great job of it. Jumps over that command throw. DPS has a ton of meter right now.
Yeah, got a lot of meter to use. Macho just hanging out in the skies. But
And
DPS
catches
runs
him
up
with
with
the
the
5H.
Oh.
Now DPS is almost has his burst back, so he's got his burst in this last round. Really important round to win for him there.
Big counter hit there to start things out for DPS. Pushing Macho back to the corner.
Here comes Pierce. Here comes Frog. Pose. Don't do any buttons. All right, now he has no Eddie, though, so he has to stop. He has to back off a little bit, make some time. Give time Eddie come back. Here he comes. Here comes Pierce. Oh, why you jumping? There's a lot of damage. Into the wall break. Into super. Now, he did the super, but he has Eddie meter, so he's going to get the knockdown. All of that damage. Going to summon Eddie here for some Okizeme. Good gold burst, yeah. Read the throw, went for the gold burst.
Absolutely. DPS with a ton of resources now to use.
But Macho's got positive bonus here, so he gained a lot of meter for doing nothing. Yeah, just going to Amorphous, get some plus frames. Yeah. And actually kills DPS.
Yeah, DPS didn't want to deal with the plus frames. Just tried to go with an answer, and it wasn't the right one.
Unfortunately, that wasn't an answer. My best answer I've seen for Amorphous is run forward, actually. But I'm a Giovanna player, so I might be a little bit cheating.
Yeah. That's might be a different scenario for the dash speed on Axel. But either way, we're all tied up, and the winners suck.
No, we are all tied up, but Macho still has to win this 3 out of 5 to reset the bracket. DPS just got to win it to win the tournament. So we are still, DPS is on winner's side of the bracket right now, but caught in the corner. I like that unsummons, sees the FDing and goes for the unsummons just to get Eddie some more time. That's why FDing against Zato is so risky, because if he sees it, he can just unsummon and get all that Eddie meter back.
Speaking of Eddie meter, the sword set into the command throw.
I mean, look at all, Macho hasn't done any combos, and look at how much damage he's done to DPS just chipping away at him from little tiny hits.
Yeah.
And actually going to win this round off of essentially one combo.
Yeah. DPS didn't even get to play.
Yeah. I mean, DPS was looking for a lot of FDs there, see what that would affect on Macho, and Macho's ready for it. Ready for just for unsummon and restart his pressure. Ooh, that 5K, though, going to stop Macho in his tracks.
Ton of damage coming out. The burst is blocked.
Blocks the burst. Yeah, I think Macho went for a panic burst there, tried to keep the corner. Didn't work out for him. Going to lose, get the wall break. Huge for DPS.
Nice
and gets caught by the 5P.
DPS
Now
answering
Macho
back.
has no burst. Yeah.
This is a rough round for Macho.
I mean, after that first round looked so strong for Macho there, losing that second round like that was really painful.
Yeah, we see DPS setting the pace now back to the way that they like it. Gets caught with the up follow-up.
Macho just trying to get out of the corner here.
Look at all
gets
the
counter
health.
hit by the 2H. Yeah, gonna get set up some Okizeme here. That is +3, that special move there, that backflip. DPS working on close to a perfect, not anymore.
Also has meter available. Gets hit by Eddie, has burst still. Macho still no burst.
Yeah, blocks the explosion.
Takes
But
so much damage on the chip.
just goes for Amorphous. Just stop doing things, please. Let me just get in.
Oh,
and
smart.
throws him as he lands.
But DPS with a ton of it. Gotta watch and be careful.
And there's the gold burst. That's huge. This is really bad for Macho right now. Having to fight an Axel with the 100 meter, and yeah, just the overhead.
Yeah.
DPS looking so strong, so solid right
Well,
now.
we saw in that round 3, DPS just kind of was able to set the tone at the beginning. And this matchup between these two players have really started off with who's winning round start. Because if DPS is able to, even if he's able to backdash and force Macho to block, then he can start setting up the rhythm that he wants.
And there it is, just backdashes immediately around start, gets away from Macho, and look at this, already 50% of his life bar, and has screen positioning.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't block the explosion, that's just free damage for Axel. DPS looking really strong right now.
Yeah.
Really bad position for Macho to be in.
Oh,
Jumps in, but
oh,
no! The hero burst doesn't work. It's perfected anyway. And now you're on tournament point with no burst. Oh, but the round start JD.
Caught the jump for a backdash attempt. And Macho
Yeah,
out
just
the
called
gates
him
fast.
all the way out.
Yep.
That's exactly what Macho needed here, too. Now, the problem is, though, if Macho wins this round too fast, he's not going to get his burst back for the last round. If I was DPS right now, I wouldn't burst. I would not burst this round.
Oh, sure.
I would let Macho kill me and say, all right, I go to the next round.
Holding your
and
burst in
and
this one
you
is
don't.
yeah, it's an investment, right? Like saying, look, I'm good with holding it. You got to be able to.
If you kill me, cool. Like, all right, I got to burst, you don't. What are you going to do? I'm on tournament point.
The old Obi-Wan strategy.
And DPS is up 2 games still. So even if he loses this game, Macho's going to win another game to reset the bracket.
That's true.
Oh, blocks the 5D.
He's stuff. And like you said, Macho still with no burst available. DPS.
Yeah, he might not get his burst this round, honestly. He's going to have to play really well. And got counter hit by that frame trap. Unfortunate. All right. Fortunately, that didn't affect the players here. But right now, Macho just fighting for his life, trying to get his burst back, about halfway back here. But not much life to play with. Almost has his 50 meter, but getting tagged by these 5 Ps and these 2 Hs. Gonna have to FD everything now too. That's really bad for your meter gain. Gets caught by the low, and DPS takes the tournament.
Wow, shout outs to DPS for putting it together and making the run. First Guilty Gear Strive offline for FGC Meetups. Gonna go over to DPS.
And who said Axel was a weak character, right?
I don't know about that one.
What can you say?
They definitely haven't been watching some Strive. So shout outs to everyone. We're going to wrap it up quick.
That is 128 players down, 1 victor announced, right?
Yeah.
So
good stuff for sure. We'll be back next week, of course.
Yeah, Strive is going to be here every week as far as I'm concerned. So if you got a Friday available, come out to Skokie. Play some Guilty Gear. It's a good game.
Absolutely. Fun time. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Thanks so much to Amadeus for sitting down, doing some commentary, dropping some knowledge and some bars. And
love it.
Yeah, fantastic time. And everyone, please, if you are out, have a good time. Be safe. Love one another.
Get home safe, everyone. Hope to see you next week. Peace.
Peace and love.